Just give me liberty, or give me death.
My name is William Thomas Jr. We have a couple members of our board here from the Improvement League as well. Janelle Johnson, Henry Davis, Henry Johnson, and our longtime member Henry Johnson as well, his son in the back. Again, C.L. Townsend is a member, as well as Ione is a member of the Improvement League. All right, so again, like I said, we're a nonprofit organization. It's been operating in Plant City since 1982, founded by the late Jerry Bailey, who was an educator in Hillsborough County. We mainly focus on a number of entities such as education, economic development, and a couple of noble projects.
Helping the environment, for we protect everything what is grown natural. Water is important. We believe that we need a better quality of life, but if we don't take care of water resources, there's nothing we can do. And I'm going to give you an example. Myself, I have a business who do with recycling, and I protect my business or not contaminate the floor. I make sure the water I use for my business is the minimum. For last, we have a big industry who try to use the reclaimed water to be reused. Now I have a direct question for Mr. McClure. The agriculture industry use reclaimed water for grow the good, yes or no?
Here in East Hillsborough County, I mean,
yes.
Most of it's on potable well.
Okay, I know team reclaimed water go be very good for all the residents if we not do the right thing to control the contamination of the water.
Time.
Thank you. That brings us to the questions from the audience. Does any one of the candidates need to take a quick break?
I believe the gentleman here has his hand up.
He got the first one,
please.
Oh, actually, I got his licks early because I spoke to the candidates ahead to give them the heads up. I tried to give all of y'all an advance notice. Now, y'all guys have all tried to address the minimum wage issue, and some of you have said that college is pressing you down fatter than a pancake, and if you just lift that burden up off of you, then the minimum wage will work fine. And all of you remember in the 50s and the 60s, you remember in the 40s and the 50s, college was not quite free, but it was almost there. It was the best in the world and it was affordable. But now, you guys, our state, and the feds, which handle HR 2366, are the only ones that can cure it by allowing bankruptcy, not a free handout, and also stop the money, the federal funds, from going in there in the first place. My question to all four of you, as I have a homestead, is yes or no question. Would you or would you not lobby, A, to stop using tax dollars to make or guarantee these loans, putting the taxpayer on the hook, inducing the colleges to jack up tuition because the money is there, and B, yes or no, if the rich people can get bankruptcy and they get their Second Amendment rights and other amenities, why not us college students to have bankruptcy, not a free handout? Would you or would you not zealously lobby for HR 2366 to Dennis Ross, who supposedly says that he wants to take the taxpayers off the hook but has not done so? Yes or no?
So hold on, you're saying, do I support students going bankrupt?
No. Do you support HR 2366? And in your position of a state lawmaker, you know you can't do it. You want to do it, but you can't because it's federal and we're state. And even if we did lower the tuition, it'd be a competitive disadvantage to these colleges out of state. Would you or would you not use your platform to go to the feds and say, look, I can't give bankruptcy to the students, but you're a rich Democrat and you're a rich Republican. You get bankruptcy and your cronies do, but the students can't unless they have the impossible undue hardship. Would you or would you not go to the federal lawmakers and say, I demand for my state constituents HR 2366 from Dennis Ross. If you can file bankruptcy, Dennis Ross, congressman, rich Republicans, rich Democrats, what about the college student? He has to defend himself, and when the colleges see the bankruptcy story come out, like we got
but in such a time, we need to go ahead and move forward. I apologize, but definitely chime in. So if I may cut in for the sake of time, I apologize. I'm a military man by heart. Okay, but as the gentleman had noted too, if you can, in a minute or less, your yea or nay on whether the state in your position, do you feel that in the state position you're able to have an impact on this federal bill? And quickly, like I said, in a minute or less, your views on that.
I do not believe in my capacity as a state legislator, and I don't have much knowledge on the federal bill. And so I would say I would want to study it more, but typically in a bankruptcy case, there's collateral and some other things that go along, with securing debt. So I'd want to study it more, but I think that we need to alleviate the cost of higher education, and we need to find alternative paths for folks to get educated and come out and be productive members of the workforce and earn a good living.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I would say I would also have to investigate this federal bill some more before I can answer it directly. But I will say that by simply reducing the cost of tuition and by making sure that every student in the state of Florida can get access to college, whether they can afford it or not, will remove this whole issue of student debt in the first place.
I've experienced, because a student loan that the federal government not pay on time, I had to drop my career as a paramedic. I can guarantee you, I got to put my time and effort to find a solution to make sure, if it's necessary, we can go to a bankruptcy or to reduce the debt or the interest rate on that specific loan. In the state of Florida, we depend on a lot of funding, but we need to create legislation to push the federal government to take an action. It's my point of view, and I can guarantee you we can do it, but you have to elect me first.
So I've got to say, without studying the bill further, as the other candidates said, I really don't have the knowledge of the specific wording on the bill. However, if the broad term is saying that you support taxpayer-funded bailouts of students in colleges, I do not support taxpayer-funded bailouts of students in colleges. Mistakes happen in life. It sucks. We've all been there. But you have to fight through these things. It is not the state's job or the federal government's job to bail you out of a mistake that you've made, be you a college or be you a student. Unfortunately, you have to fight through these things and overcome on your own.
Can I comment on that real quick? We build up.
Actually, Kim, I apologize. We need to circle on because again, one time, I would encourage all of you for follow-up to follow with the candidates afterwards. This young lady in the white shirt, you had your hand up, I believe, and this gentleman here was after her. Please, if you would.
Yeah, I had two questions. One on your solar power thing, and you thought it was so wonderful to have it on our houses. But what if when you
just give me liberty, or give me